I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with a few items that I purchased at Ulta. I saw a display for some new Real Techniques brushes, and this is a limited edition collection that they're calling Electric Love, and I just thought that they looked really pretty. So I picked up one of them, and I got the 038 Piece Out powder brush, and it says for powder and bronzer. So this is the packaging, and I actually looked on the website earlier today. I was just kind of browsing, and I seen that these brushes are on sale. So this is the 038 Piece Out powder brush, and I just thought it looked really pretty. And Real Techniques makes some really nice synthetic brushes. I have quite a few of them in my collection, but I like a good powder brush like this to set my face. So that is how I used it today, was just to kind of set the foundation that's on my face. And I thought it was just really pretty. Super soft, synthetic domed powder brush there from Real Techniques. I also repurchased the Bare Minerals Bare Pro 24-Hour Performance Wear Liquid Foundation SPF 20, that is a mouthful, in the shade Flax 9.5. I had been using the shade Fawn 17, which going into the fall winter time, I'm definitely lightening up, so this was a little bit too deep for me. And I had Flax in the past. I think I've actually gone through a bottle or two of this in the past. And then this is a little bit lighter on the skin than the number 7 foundation that I also really love, but it's not quite as hydrating as the number 7. So when I use the Bare Minerals Bare Pro, I like to hydrate or put like an extra layer of my SPF from Josie Maran just to add some more hydration when I use the Bare Minerals. But it has a really pretty coverage, and I think it looks really nice on the skin. It's a foundation that I have repurchased for quite a few years now, but I needed another shade of the Flax 9.5. Again, that's what's on my skin today, and I thought I would go ahead and show it next to the shade in the number 7 called Cool Vanilla, which is my winter kind of shade in the number 7 foundation. And these two shades are very comparable. So I'm going to put a little swatch on the back of my hand. Here's the Bare Minerals Bare Pro in 9.5 Flax. And then here is the number 7 Protect and Perfect in Cool Vanilla. So they're pretty similar shades right there. If anything, maybe the Flax is just a dash more pink in tone. But both of these shades really match my fall winter skin tone, and I love these foundations, both the number 7 and the Bare Minerals Bare Pro. So I almost forgot to tell you where these things are made. The Real Techniques brush is made in China, that powder brush, and the Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundation is made in the USA. The Bare Minerals foundation has 1 ounce of product in it as well. And then I wanted to try this Nars lip pencil. I'd never tried any of their sharpenable lip pencils, so I got the shade Halong Bay, and it's got 0.04 ounces of product, or 1.1 grams, and it's made in Germany, which a lot of pencils are. And this is the lip liner that I have on my lips today, and it's a warm nude shade, super easy to wear, and it's got one of those type of formulations that isn't long wearing to the point where it leaves a line around your lips when like your lip product or your lipstick wears off. It just fades nicely with your lip product, but it does have a nice longevity, but it also wears nicely. I know I say that a lot about certain pencils and stuff, but I prefer a pencil that wears off nicely with my lipstick throughout the day, as opposed to like having a line around my mouth if I'm not able to reapply or I'm not paying attention or anything like that. But this is the shade Halong Bay, and I do really like the lip pencil, and that is what I have on my lips, along with another lip pencil that I got, and it's from Buxom. It's their Powerline Plumping Lip Liner, and I had originally purchased the shade Smooth Spice, which I really like as a lip liner around the perimeter of my lips. And I thought that because this sits so pretty as a lip liner, that I would get this lighter shade, because I'm really into like almost a blank out nude lip recently for whatever reason. So I thought I could use the shade that I already purchased in Smooth Spice and then fill it in with this new shade that I got in Bold Beige. And these pencils are also made in Germany, but it's this line right here, which is a new line from Buxom. So I'm going to swatch it next to the one that I already purchased in Smooth Spice. But the new one in Bold Beige is very, very nude. And so today I lined my lips with the Nars pencil, and then I filled it in with the Bold Beige, this nude right here. And then I went over the top of that after a couple minutes. I kind of let those lip liners set. I went over it with Creme de Nude from MAC. And that kind of almost makes the color last on my lips longer, having this lip liner as a base. I did use it by itself and it almost gave me like that matte liquid lip look, which I'm not a total fan of, but it was still comfortable for as light of a shade as this is. So I do like that I purchased it, but I'll probably use it more so as a base to make my lipstick and the color on my lips last a little bit longer, as opposed to using it by itself like I had originally intended, just because it looks a little bit liquid lipsticky for my liking. And that's like a personal preference, but that's the Bold Beige shade. That's still that Nars pencil there. And these do have a little brush on the end as well. And then they're a twist up pencil. And then I want to swatch it next to Smooth Spice, which I have used a lot of this. This is how much product I have left in this. That's how much I've used it. And this is a really pretty nude lip liner as well. And I've actually worn these two together as well and then topped it with Creme de Nude, and that's super pretty, but this is warmer. So this color can kind of pull warmer or cooler. With this, has got a little bit more pink to it, depending on what lip liner you use with it. So it's a little bit versatile in that aspect. So that is Smooth Spice. And then here is the Bold, is it called Bold Beige? Yeah, the Bold Beige from the Buxom Powerline Plumping Lip Liner. And a lot of the times I'm not crazy about that triangular point, just because it always dulls down anyway, and then you kind of are left with a thicker end as opposed to a precise lip pencil. But I am able to make these work, but it's not exactly my favorite end on a lip pencil, that kind of little triangle shape there. I also picked up two palettes from the Morphe and Ashley Strong collection that recently came out. It is this collection right here. So this is the box packaging on the two palettes that I got, and the actual packaging mimics the box packaging. So I got this Alignment Cake Liner palette. You guys know how much I love a good cake eyeliner. So I got this guy. It's got 16.5 grams or 0.58 ounces of product, and this guy is made in China. So it's a cardboard packaging with a magnetic closure. And these are cake eyeliners. There's no mirror in here. I've got the shade Mantra on my eyes today as a winged liner. And I really like a cake eyeliner because you can control the fluidity of the product based off of the amount of water or the mixing medium that you use. Now, not every mixing medium will mix with a cake eyeliner. I've been using the Makeup by Mario Master Metal Manipulator as opposed to water, just because it adds a little bit more longevity than just water, because I have a pretty watery eye, and depending on if it's cold outside or if the wind hits them or something like that, just a little bit of water from my eyes will kind of reactivate the liner that I have on. And the Makeup by Mario just helps a little bit more with that longevity. So if I do have a little bit of water hit them, it doesn't mix quite as easily to smudge off, if that makes any sense. I have never found the perfect mixing medium. I know you guys know that I have purchased so many trying to make, cake liners waterproof, but that's the thing. They're, activated most of the times by water. So it's kind of a, I did want to say that you guys had noted too that the Mayron mixing liquid, which is this guy right here, is the same formula. I can't remember, but one of you guys told me that the Makeup by Mario and the Mayron were the same formulation. But those are the two mixing mediums that I like to use the most with a cake liner. So I haven't used these two lighter shades, and I haven't dipped into the black just yet, but I absolutely adore this blue right here. And I've used this brown a couple times too. It's like a reddened brown that looks super pretty, and it's nice and definitive. I did dip into this guy right here, and it did look really pretty, but it was a little bit lighter than I was hoping for. I thought it would deepen just a little bit, but I absolutely love these two shades on the bottom, and I'm anticipating that this black is going to be just super inky matte black. The formulation of these ones is a little bit thicker, so with the Makeup by Mario, and I have really hooded kind of a lot of skin there where I put my eyeliner, so I can kind of feel the thickness just a little bit right after I put the eyeliner on. So again, it's a little bit thicker formula than some of the others that I've tried, but I can't exactly swatch them because they're cake liners, they're activated by water. So super happy that I picked that guy up, and it's pretty affordable as well for the amount of product that you're getting in the 6 liners. And then I also picked up the Affirmation Magic Artistry eyeshadow palette, which is this guy right here from that same collection. And this guy's got 18 grams or 0.63 ounces of product. And this guy is also made in China. So this one flips open like so. No mirror in here either. And this is actually the eyeshadow palette that I have on my eyes today. I adore the color combination in here, and I think it's just a stunning palette going into the fall. I've worn it quite a few times so far. If I had one gripe, there isn't a lighter shimmery type of shade. So yes, you guessed it. I've got Aether Beauty Pure Diamond Dust on the inner portion. Otherwise, everything else is out of this palette. And it's just a stunning, like, I don't know, smoky fall vibes is what I get from it, and the blend on these shadows is just really seamless. So let me go ahead and give you guys some swatches. There are 11 mattes in here and 7 shimmer shades. Oh, I should have wiped those lip liners off, but I really like this palette a lot. The color story is just super pretty. And these next ones. And I've loved like every shadow look that I've done out of this palette with that navy blue liner from the Cake Liner palette. Oh, I just live for it. And then these next ones. And then this bottom row here. I'm running out of room. Oh, isn't that pretty? And then these last 2 shades. I gotta set this down here. Right here. And I will put them right there. Is that not fall vibes or what? Lovely color combination right there. So that guy is the Morphe and Ashley Strong Affirmation Magic Artistry palette right there. And then lastly from Ulta, I picked up this Juvia's Place Bronzed Duo, and it's in the shade Light, which is the lightest one that they had. And there's 32.4 grams or 1.14 ounces of product, which is an absolute boatload of bronzer. And it is made in the USA. It comes in a cardboard packaging, and then you have got 2 matte bronzers in here. And I really liked the looks of this top shade. It almost appeared in the pan to have a bit of a coolness to it. But they do pull a little bit warmer on my skin than I would have liked, but I do still like the bronzers. I like them more when I probably use a deeper foundation as opposed to a lighter foundation, because the lighter, like my skin, and the lighter the foundation I have on, like in the fall winter, the more that these pull orange. But I do end up liking it more when I have a deeper foundation on. And this shade is so light, like you just don't have to worry about when you put it on, because it just blends out super nice and it's a lighter shade. And then I'll take the darker shade and kind of put it in the back of the cheekbone for a little extra contour. But they're very silky smooth, soft powders, and they blend out super nice on the skin. So the formulation is really nice. I just wish that they were like, this top shade was a little bit more cool, I guess. Let me just swatch it next to the Gucci bronzer so you guys can see a tone difference there. Yeah, you can definitely see how much more cool the Gucci is compared to those two. But they still are nice bronzers. I still enjoy them. I also picked up this little palette from Makeup Revolution. I got it at Target, and it's one of their DC comic palettes, and I got the Batman one because I liked the color combination on it, and the formulation of these is really nice. I was quite surprised. Sometimes I'm not sure what to expect with Revolution shadows. Some of them have been really good, and then some of them can be kind of a miss, but these are nice. So this guy is made in China. There are 9 shadows that are 0.03 ounces per shade. So it's got the little Batman logo on there. It's very like Halloween fitting. which was, again, giving me fall vibes, this palette. It's not a standalone for me because everything in here is mid-tone or deeper. So I do bring in some other brands as lighter shades when I use it, but the formulation, again, of these shadows is pretty nice. It's got the little bats on the packaging and it kind of embossed in the shades. Nice, right? And then these next ones. And then this last shadow here. That is definitely like a Halloween inspired, but super nice, right? So that is the little Makeup Forever, or Revolution, Makeup Revolution. Did I say Makeup Forever? Makeup Revolution palette with the Batman on it. I don't really see an official name on here, but it's that guy. And then I also got the 2 new single shadows from Chantecaille that a part of the proceeds go to benefit. This one with a tiger on it is the tigers in India. And then the little leopard one, this one goes for the leopards in India. So both portion of the proceeds of these go to helping the animals out. So there's the box packaging. And I have all of Chantecaille's eyeshadows in this format with the little animals on the front. And I just adore them. So they are a baked jelly formula, which is one of my favorites. And they did switch up the packaging a little bit on these ones, and they've got a gold compact as opposed to like their silver gunmetal ones. So the leopard one is called Wild Bronze. And it was so crazy because I thought these were going to have like an embossing on them because of the shadow play that was in the pan. I ruined mine, but you can kind of see right there. But it's flat, so it just had like, I don't know, however they pressed them, shifted the shadow a little bit. But this one's a really smooth, dark bronze shade. Again, baked gelée formulation. Isn't that pretty? That is the Wild Bronze with the leopard. And then the other one is a green shade, and it's called Regal Emerald. And real quick, these are 0.08 ounces each, and they are made in Italy. This one here is a little bit, I don't want to say flaky, but there are some larger sparkles in it. I don't necessarily want to call them micro glitters because they're very, very small, but they almost do feel like super, super fine micro glitters. So it's not quite as smooth as the bronze one because it has those extra sparkles in it. Ooh, that was my water bottle that popped, but it's an emerald green with kind of a blackened base to it. It's very, very pretty. So that one is the Regal Emerald right there with the tiger on it. And those are from Chantecaille, and I just adore them. I also picked up off of the Charlotte Tilbury website her new Instant Eye Palette. It's the Smoky Eyes Are Forever for Hypnotic Eye Glow Looks. So this is her holiday larger palette. It's right in line with the ones that she's released in the past. And I do have all of her larger instant eye palettes like this. And the formulation has changed a couple times from the first one, and I feel like the shimmers, especially in this one, are even different yet. So this one is made in Italy, and the amount of product that you get in here is 0.33 ounces or 9.5 grams across 12 eyeshadows, which breaks down to be just under 0.03 ounces per shade. So you're not getting a ton of product in here. So it's that hard plastic packaging, and this is like a black with some, I would say, like some golden shimmers in it. They're kind of hard to detect. And then it's got the little sleeve with the numbering system that usually comes in there to kind of tell you how to do things. I'd never use them. And then there is a mirror in there as well. So here are your 12 eyeshadows. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shimmer shades and 5 matte eyeshadows. And the shimmers in here are absolutely stunning. They're like so silky and so shiny and very, very pretty. I used this shade, which appeared to be the lightest one on the inner portion of my lid, and on me it pulled kind of a mid-tone tan shade. So I was trying to go over it with pure diamond dust to brighten it up because it was deeper than I thought that it was going to be. This shade did work for a matte underneath the brow bone. I will say that the matte shadows are very like super finely milled and silky. They almost feel like a flower type of texture. They're very pigmented. So what ended up happening for me was I had troubles even just dipping a little bit of my brush in there because they're pretty saturated, and because of that kind of texture of the shadow, I really had a hard time blending out the matte shadows. So my look ended up looking kind of messy and muddy just because I was trying to pack and build and pack, like to get those to blend out, and it was quite difficult to say the least. So I had troubles blending out those matte eyeshadows. They're not the most seamless. Like I feel like my shadow look with that Morphe palette looks just very, very seamless in the blend. It did not look seamless with these ones, and I couldn't, after so much trying to, build and blend, I couldn't get the blend to look really nice. So that was kind of unfortunate, but I do really love the shimmer shades in here. Just not crazy about the mattes. It's almost like they're too soft, and they just stick and don't want to like blend out. I don't know. I had issues. That's all I can say about that. But how about those shimmers though? Aren't those beautiful? They're stunning. And then these next three. The other thing is too, I really like these holiday palettes and stuff like that, but I feel like we need to spruce it up here at some point because they're all really starting to look the same. And I'll show you guys this palette next to two that I feel are the most similar out of the ones that she's come out with. And then these guys. Yeah, those are, those mattes are like super, super soft. But it's almost like they adhered and then didn't want to budge because of that. It's crazy because sometimes I'll feel like a grittier, matte, kind of drier feeling shadow, and it just blends out like a lot easier than something that's really like silky smooth and soft. I find that really interesting. But and then these next three here. Oh, let me grab a little more black. When I used this palette, I did not use the black, and it's kind of, see, it's not wanting, even on my arm, like it's not wanting to like move. Put some more on there. Not crazy about those mattes, but those shimmers are absolutely stunning. So that's the newest Instant Eye palette from Charlotte Tilbury right there. They're officially calling it, usually she's got a name for these. Does this one not have a name? It's just, they're just calling this one the Instant Eye palette, I guess. That's what it says on the back, but there are the swatches right there. Again, that shimmer formula is very beautiful. On top is the Starry Eyes to Hypnotize, which came out 2 years ago, I want to say, with the blue, like, sparkly packaging for reference. And then the very top one is, I think that's her first one, and that one doesn't have a name either. It's just called the Instant Eye palette. If you lay out all 6 of these palettes, like the shades in there, they just kind of all start to look the same a little bit. So I like the newer sparkle formulation in this palette from Charlotte Tilbury, but I would love a little bit, just a little bit of adventure in the colors that she uses. I found some new eyelashes that I really like, and I seen them on the Halloween display at Walmart. Granted, these aren't, I don't think they're part of a Halloween collection or anything like that, but I really liked the way that they looked, and I have them on today. They're a little bit more of a toned down version of the Eyelure Splendor that I wear like in every video. I love those eyelashes, but these are just a little bit more toned down, and they look super pretty. I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't buy a couple more because I'm not finding a whole ton of options to purchase them online, but I do think that they're a really new lash. But they're the Eye Envy 3D collection in the number 38, multi-angle and volume lightweight. So this is the packaging. It's got a pink packaging, and it's the 3D in 38, and I have them on today. And the next time I make it to Walmart, I'm definitely going to be looking for a couple more pairs because they were only $3.99. And then I got in a couple items from Colourpop. I purchased 2 items from the Tinkerbell collection. I got the Super Shock Cheek in Happy Thoughts. And I thought that that this would be light enough for me, but it's a bit too dark. And I absolutely love the Seismic Colourpop Super Shock Shadow. I just like to dab it over the top of my cheekbones, sometimes over highlighters that I already put on. And I thought I could kind of do the same with this one, but it's just a little bit too dark for me to do that. It has a, I want to say an undercast to it. It's like a kind of a rosy gold undercast. So you can, yeah, you can kind of see that it's a little bit deeper than I would have liked. It's almost like a tan champagne color. Still very pretty. I'll get some use out of it, either whether it's dabbing over like a blush or something like that. So that's the Happy Thoughts Super Shock Cheek, and then here is the packaging. It's so cute. There's Tinkerbell on there. It's a green like sparkle packaging. I also had to have the pressed powder palette, and it says sprinkle a little magic on the packaging. Super, super cute. It's got like glitter on there as well. And this guy here is got the larger pans. And even though I'm pretty certain that I'm not gonna like go through a whole shadow, I get some satisfaction out of the larger pans that are in some of the Colourpop palettes. So this one has got 0.32 ounces of product, or 9 grams, and it has the larger pan in there. And again, I don't know, for whatever reason, this gives me more satisfaction than the little tiny pans. And there isn't a whole ton of product more in these larger pans than the smaller ones. There's 0.03 in the Cherry Crush one that I'm going to show you in a minute, and 0.035 in these ones. So they must be just a little bit more shallow, but again, more satisfaction in the larger pan size. So packaging, again, just an A+. It is the cutest packaging, and I love the color story in here too. I do bring in, you guessed it, pure diamond dust. When I use this, look at the mirror. There's Tinkerbell. Super cute. Because there isn't a bright like shimmer in here that I like to put on the inner portion of my eye to kind of brighten it up. But otherwise, I love this palette. It's so pretty on the eyes. Beautiful color combination. The shimmers are stunning. Mattes are pretty. This is one of my faves. I love like almost every single Colourpop eyeshadow palette because I get along with the formula really well. But this one just gives me a lot of feels. Oof. So pretty. And then these guys. I almost, because the packaging is so cute and like the color story and stuff, I almost wish this was like a larger collection or something. And then this last matte green. And Colourpop is made in the USA too, but aren't those beautiful? I just think that they're stunning. So that is the Sprinkle a Little Magic pressed powder palette right there. And then I also purchased that Cherry Crush pressed powder palette, which looks like this. It's got cherries. And this one isn't a standalone for me because everything is mid-tone or deeper, but with the brighter pure diamond dust, it looks absolutely stunning. Some really pretty pinks and reds in this guy right here. No mirror, that's what the top looks like. And all of Colourpop's shadows are magnetized inside too, in case you didn't know, so you can really mix and match if you have a couple of them. And then these next guys. And then this last shade. It's kind of all lined up. The shades do look similar, but the finishes are different. It's like there's a shimmer for almost every matte, except for maybe that dark one. But again, nice pigmentation. They blend out pretty. They look really pretty on too. Next up, I did get in 2 PR packages, and this first one just is all the vibes, all the feels. Obsessed is a strong word, but I'm slightly obsessed with it because I have a thing with haunted things and ghosts. Ghost Adventures on the Travel Channel is my jam. Like, my big Halloween plans are to like marathon ghost adventures. But anyway, it's from Nomad Cosmetics, and they came out with a new eyeshadow palette, and they're calling it the Haunted Europe eyeshadow palette. Wait till you guys see this packaging. It's wicked cool. I did see on Instagram that it sold out really, really fast, but they will be restocking it. And it's cool, man. It's a really cool eyeshadow. I'm going to keep the box because, again, I think it's super cool. So Nomad does destinations on all of their eyeshadow palettes, and this one is medieval Europe. And for whatever reason, I've always been kind of infatuated with haunted Europe. Like when I first discovered Ghost Adventures, they were in Transylvania, I think it was, and that's one of my favorite episodes that they ever did. I wish that they would go back to Europe and film some more episodes. They're some of my favorite, is the Europe ones anyway. This guy here has got 18 shades that are 0.05 ounces a piece, which is a decent amount of product that you're getting. The packaging is a cardboard and it's nicely weighted. I originally started off purchasing, I think, 1 or 2 Nomad palettes, and I just fell in love with them. There was something that was just really unique about like the themes of them and the colors and the way that they went on the eyes. So I went back and I purchased all the ones that they had available, and then they reached out to me and they wanted to send me PR, and I'm like, yes, please, because I really do enjoy their eyeshadow palettes. Anyway, I'm just going to show you this packaging again. So this is the box packaging. That is the back. And then the actual packaging has got one of those switchable images on there. And I just think it's so cool. It is like so cool, so fitting for this time of year. And then here's the back. And then there's a good size mirror in there. And then here are your shadows. And I am able to use this standalone. There's a really pretty shimmery green right here that's got some sparkle that I used on the inner portion and underneath the brow. I've loved every single look that has come out of here. Again, it's a real like fall vibes palette. Super, super pretty. It was hard for me to like dip my brush into some of these because I am ruining the embossing. There's like castles and like trees with no leaves on there and spiders and bats and stuff like that. It's just cool, man. It's a cool palette. So let's give you some swatches of this guy. And I've said this a couple times about like their shimmer shades. I think it's probably maybe a dimethicone base, but they're almost like like they're pigmented and sparkly, but there's like a see-through aspect to their shimmers that is just stunning. Oh, I'm really ruining all the embossing. It's so cute. And these next ones. And then this last row. When I wore this palette, the times that I did, I also wore it with that deep navy cake liner from Morphe, and gosh, the pairing is just stunning. Really, really stunning. And then these last two. This is one of those palettes that like I just want to leave out just to like look at type of deals, because I just think it's so cool. And like a super huge thank you to Nomad for letting me be one of the first to try these palettes. And then lastly, I got a PR package from Pharmacy, and they came out with a sensitive skin version of their Green Clean Cleansing Balm. At first I was confused and I was like, oh cool, they sent me another Green Clean. Because if you guys have watched my empties, I've gone through so many tubs of Green Clean, and then also they have some limited edition scents. There's the apple one, and then I think the other one, what was the other one called? Cherry. Oh, the cherry one, divine. I've never had any issues with the ones that have a scent to them on my skin, and I do have a really sensitive skin type. I haven't had any issues, but they made one that has no scent at all. So that was the difference. I was like, oh, this one is new. It's powerfully gentle for sensitive skin, it says on there. And it's the Clearly Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm. So again, a spinoff of their Green Clean, but formulated for sensitive skin. It says, designed for customers who have sensitive and reactive skin types, yet still want a powerful cleanser that removes even the most stubborn makeup. It's cruelty-free and formulated without the use of fragrance, essential oils, or PEGs. And then each jar of Clearly Clean is made of 50% recycled post-consumer resin Outer carton is made from 100% FSC certified paper. Oh my gosh, my eye is twitching. Inks made from naturally renewable raw materials. So that's pretty cool. It does say available September 20th, so it's available now and on pharmacy, and then September 23rd on Sephora.com. So it is available to purchase right now. I'd be super interested to know if any of you guys have tried the original Green Clean and had any issues in terms of like sensitivity and stuff like that. Because I have a sensitive, like reactive skin type, and I've never had any problems. So I would be really interested to know if you guys have ever tried it and had a type of reaction to the original. And if you have, now they have the Clearly Clean Sensitive Skin version, and I love their cleansing balm. Like, again, I've been through a lot of tubs of this cleansing balm. So 3.4 fluid ounce jar here, and then this one kind of has a lighter kind of coloring to it, and then the jars do come with a little spatula over the lid here. It does not smell like anything. I, for one, actually really enjoy the scent that comes off of all of these scented ones that they have done. Like when I wash my face, it's almost like a, what's the word, a relaxing situation when I like smell the aroma from the cleansing balm. But anyway, that's pretty cool. So Pharmacy Clearly Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm for sensitive skin. And a huge thank you to Pharmacy for sending that over. And that's everything that I have for my haul today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.